Hello, today we'll learn about crystal field stabilization energy in octahedral complexes. So for octahedral complexes, we know the uh, bo- metal is bonded with 6 ligands, and here the formula is, if we have to calculate, the formula is right here as given: minus 0.4 delta into x plus 0.6 delta into y, where x is equals to number of electrons in T2g orbitals and y is equals to number of electrons in Eg orbitals. So now first we'll see about weak field ligand or high spin complexes. As we know, d orbitals degenerate into Eg and T2g, and Eg level is raised and T2g is lowered above the below the barycenter, and Eg is plus 0.6 delta or 6 dq, plus 6 dq, or lower is minus 4 dq or minus 0.4 delta. So for now D3 complex, we know 3 electrons are there in d orbitals. That 3 electrons will occupy the T2g orbital, and now the electronic configuration is T2G3 Eg0. The crystal field stabilization energy we can calculate by minus 0.4 into 3 plus 0.6 into 0 delta naught, delta O. Delta O means for octahedral is equals to minus 1.2 delta, which we can write in the terms of dq as minus 12 dq. As we know, minus 4 into 3 plus 6 will be minus 12 dq. Now next let's we see the D4 complex. If D4 complex, we in the D4 complex, 4 orbitals, 4 electrons are there in the d orbitals, and the T2g orbitals will occupy 3 electrons and 1 electron will go in the Eg orbital. Because of the small delta, as it is a high spin complex, so the electronic configuration will be T2G3 Eg1, and the crystal field stabilization for the same is minus 0.6 delta or minus 6 dq. Now for D6 complex, we have 6 electrons and 2 are occupied in the Eg orbitals and 4 are occupied in the T2g orbitals. The electronic configuration is T2G4 Eg2, which we calculate the C.F.S.E as minus 0.4 delta. Now let's see the D7 complex. In D7 complex, 7 electrons are there, and 5 electrons are there in the T2g orbital and 2 in the Eg orbitals. Electronic configuration is T2G5 Eg2, and the stabilization energy is minus 0.8 delta. Always remember, if the fourth electron goes to the Eg orbital first without pairing in the T2g, it will be a high spin complex because the delta will be small, so the electrons can go to the higher energy level easily. So this was all about the weak field ligands or high spin complexes. In the next video, we'll talk about high field ligand, strong ligand, or low spin complexes.